Let's talk about the simplest way to start building wealth, which is investing through index funds. Now, investing in the stock market in general is the simplest way to build wealth because you can get started with $1 at a time and you don't need to have, a business started or a ton of money saved up for property. Those are the two other main ways to build wealth. With investing in the stock market, you can just get started today and you can do that as an immigrant. As long as you have an ITIN number, if you don't have a social security number, you can invest as an immigrant. And with index funds, it gets to be really, really simple. Index funds are essentially like large um, baskets or pools of companies like grouped together into one fund so that you are investing in multiple companies or all of the companies when you're investing. And the reason this is so powerful for wealth building is it reduces the risk of investing through something called diversification. And I like to explain it to our students in immigrant finance school this way. So if you're buying individual stocks, that's buying like one particular company's shares of a particular company. So for example, let's say you're buying stocks in Nike, for example. Um, that's great. Nike's a great company, but like what happens if Nike goes bankrupt or has some big scandal or something like that? Then you could lose like all of your money, right? Whereas with index funds, you are really spreading out that risk because you're investing in multiple companies or potentially even all of the companies in the US stock market at the same time. So if one company goes down, goes bankrupt, has something happen, it doesn't affect you so much because you're spread out amongst all these companies. And this is why a lot of personal finance educators and financial experts recommend index funds, especially for new investors. It also makes it really simple to get started because you don't have to be like analyzing all the stocks and companies every day, which can really be like a full-time job. That's kind of more the direction of day trading. A lot of people we talk to think that investing means that. And so they'll ask questions like, how do I get started with day trading, right? And think that that's their only option or that's what it looks like. But that's again like a full-time job. It's very time intensive and it's actually so much more risky because of what I started talking about with the diversification. Like, all your eggs in one basket when you are investing in these individual companies. And so it reduces the risk to do the index funds. It's easier and you can really just kind of automate it and forget it. It's this idea of building passive income. You're being passive. You get to sit back while your investments grow, while you're doing things like sleeping or hang out with your family or just like resting. Your money gets to grow. And you don't have to do that much to manage it, right? You can, again, like set up the automation. So let's go over like a few of the steps actually for getting started with index funds. And if you want to learn more about this, we have a whole guide linked below on a beginner's guide to index funds that has more of this in detail for you. But you essentially just need to get your investment account open, which if you have any trouble doing that as an immigrant, that's exactly what we help with. That's like the main thing people come to us for support with initially, is getting that investment account open. The second is to actually like choose the strategy of what investment fund you're gonna like invest in. So what index funds are you gonna invest in, right? Make that decision. We help you do that analysis yourself by being really educated and informed about how investments work so that you can confidently make that choice yourself and be able to manage your own investments the rest of your life, right? And then third is to automate your investments. So you can set up an automation where you have like, let's say $25 every month gets transferred from your bank account to your investment account. And then it's automated to purchase that index fund every month. Um, that's what I mean by just set it and forget it. Like this is why you can just have your investments be growing over time. And that's really how wealth is built. It's not a get rich fast scheme. Anyone who tells you that about investing, you should probably ask some questions, be a little bit you know, careful, cautious is, is the word I'm looking for, right? But it's really time is how you build wealth in the market, right? It does take patience, but if you're willing to be patient and set up these systems that we're talking about, you can grow so much wealth in the stock market, and it gets to be pretty straightforward. And we are so passionate in immigrant finance and helping you be able to do this, to build your family legacy, to have the wealth that you deserve to have that is available for immigrants. So if you could use any support in getting started, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's what we're here for. You can book a free consult at immigrantfinance.com/consult. Or if you're ready to go ahead and get started and get the guidance to open your investment account, to become confident investing on your own with index funds and master the financial system, head on over to immigrantfinanceschool.com. And we can't wait to get started supporting you. Thanks for listening to the video and check out again below for more resources. Take care.